All right, so we're jumping in today. You know what? Life just be lifing, and every time we have a live, my sister always has life is lifing. Of course, I'm an empty nester over here. You know what's funny is that baby sister said, "Why do you keep saying you're an empty nester when you're not?" I'm like, because I'm a pre-empty nester. That doesn't sound as appetizing as empty nester. Because my son is actually, this is his second day of a full day. He's like, wow, like nine, work all day from the morning until like 3:30 in the afternoon. He's like, wow. I'm like, yeah, you're adulting up. What can we say? But thank you for joining us on Sista Chat. And I am Nubia.
And I'm Ajua.
All righty. I can't wait for your grandkids to come up behind you and say, no, you're not. You're Mima. Of course, your grandchildren can talk. The baby can't, but my oldest one can. Yep. But anyway,
the 4-year-old said, "I like the T-shirt."
Yes, I like the T-shirt, and just in case anybody else starts to get wonder why, like I did, it is actually on a slant on purpose. So there we go. That's that. So you know what? We are okay. First, let's check in, and so you did another rotation around the sun, the moon, all the things. So thank God for you being here another day. In the wise words of one of our nephews, he's like, I thought you didn't celebrate birthdays. I do recognize the fact that our loved ones do. We're here another year, right? So that's another thing to celebrate. I said, I just look into the history of the round circle cake and the history of the candles and why they blew them out. And then, to each his own. But anyhow, and then our dad just went around another year, right? So he's actually 85.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So, I tell you what, it's been a busy. It seems like it's been a busy week, and it's great though. I mean, definitely keeps you going, keeps you energized, keeps you alive. Also keeps you tired. So all those things all rolled up in one.
Speaking of that, I probably should run into the next room and get me a. You would think that you and I are sponsoring people, but we ain't sponsoring nobody, and we we're still in our own lane. Ain't nobody's flinging us money yet. In Jesus' name.
What honorary sponsors for right now, right? We be an honorary sponsor.
Not yet. We're still learning how to do that.
Right.
But
and you said you're going to get something. While you're doing that, I'll just go ahead and show some of the gifts that I received for my birthday.
Okay, go ahead. I'm going to do it quick. Go ahead.
So my sister in Christ gave me a wonderful book, and it says God's Love for Friends. And what I liked about this book was the book is really nice, and I'm looking forward to going through all that's actually in here. But she actually personalized, in the book, my name and her name, and a little note to me, and the date that she actually gave it to me. And then in the inside, she actually put she wrote little inspirational things, on each chapter. I thought that was so sweet. Be careful. You're okay. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Take away the pain. All right. We say no blood, no foul. All right. So yeah, they are actually playing on a slide that's supposed to be for outside inside. I had an indoor slide for my grandkids. It's a small one, but they don't care. They love it, So, but she put little inspirational things. So thank you, sis P or sis Cam. And she put little inspirational things on each little chapter. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So that was one. And then it's and the thing is, I just enjoy spending time with people on my birthday. I don't really do it for gifts. That just happens to be a blessing that they add to my blessing, But then my grandsons and my grandson signed this one. And what I like about this one is, see the sun? Guess what it says? It says another trip around the sun.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, who made that? You and I should have made that card.
They probably heard you.
That's what happens when you say stuff, but then you don't move on it. So this is Bloom. It's called Bloom, and it's a sparkling energy. So you gotta look up for a second, because how I gotta stop saying that we're extra. We just living in our true, authentic self, and there's nothing wrong with drinking your sparkling energy drink.
Oh, you fancy. While you're filling it up, the last part it says, glad you're in my universe.
Aww.
Is that neat? Okay. So that is so fancy. You are so extra fancy. Okay. So then the grandkids actually made a little. This is Nico. He's my 2-year-old grandson. He actually made a design for me on my full bag.
Nice. I love it.
They, they gave me a. This
You
is
gotta
my
take a, you gotta
my
take a
daughter.
picture of the bag. You gotta take a picture of the bag.
Oh, like that. And then,
Just so you can save it. You should post it on TikTok.
I took a picture of everything all together, except for one item. I forgot the. And then my grandkids, they actually made me. They know my favorite color is purple. They know that I love butterflies. They made me a little purple butterfly.
Aww.
And it says happy birthday from my grandkids' names on the back. Happy birthday, Mima.
Nice.
Thank you. So I said, I will cherish it. It's wood. It's made out of wood. They gave it to me on a plate because it was so wet when I got it. Okay. Yeah, honey, when I say that they come, you're gonna clean up after too. He's dropping all the alphabets out of the alphabet bin. But they know I love lavender, and then they gave me a candle, lavender candle, purple cover. It's a coastal lavender.
Okay. Lavender is my favorite color. Lavender is my favorite everything too.
Yeah. So, and then
You said, yep.
You're gonna see little heads popping in because he's gonna give me every letter until they're all in their little slots.
Lord Jesus.
My other sister, yesterday I went to go play racquetball, a pickleball, with a sister from church, another sister from church, and she actually gave me a gift also for my birthday. I'm like, you guys don't have, you guys are the gift. This has spending time is a gift, right? Mm-hmm. And she also gave me lavender, and I didn't even tell her that. That's like my favorite. So lavender velvet. And then flowers. A lot of purple ones in there. Last but not least, in glass.
We're sisters on the same spectrum and then opposite spectrum because I don't celebrate, but she's gonna show me every single gift that she got for her birthday. But I am celebrating with you. I mean,
Yeah. Amen.
So how's Pop? And how did he enjoy his day yesterday? And what did you guys eat?
Oh, girl. So we took our father. I got a video for you. I have open and print. You can delete it by accident. But as a picture of Pop, we took him to Saltgrass, and I took him and his friend Mr. S to Saltgrass.
He wasn't in the picture yesterday.
Huh?
I didn't see him in the picture.
Yeah, he couldn't find any clothes. He said that the place took his clothes. He couldn't find any clothes to wear. I said, "We'll bring you." I couldn't even do that. I said, "We'll bring you something back to eat." Because yesterday already hadn't worked out the way I expected because I had reserved a van for 2 electric wheelchairs. That way it'd be me and Mr. Stone together, in the van. And when the guy told me how much, I'm so chintzy, I should have just went ahead and did this pay. But I said, how much for 2? I said, well, how much for 1? I said, I'll do 1, and I'll let you know what the other one. But I never called him back to confirm. So when I called him yesterday to confirm, he said, oh, he never called me back to confirm. I'm like, not now. I'm like, yeah. I was calm until he told me that he couldn't even do the 1 because I didn't call back to confirm. I'm like, that's the devil. But you know what? I can't say devil. I said Audra. He said call back to confirm. But I thought that he was gonna lack of communication. So not even the 1 got picked up. So then I'm scrambling to find a place to where I can rent a van to bring Pop, right? Got it done. I'm not gonna say with much stress, but with some stress, got it done. Do you know, girl, that thing cost the same amount as I got quoted for 2 people. And then And then I got the military discount, and that's what made it the same price for the two that he said. So if I hadn't not been so chintzy in the first place, it would have ran a whole lot smoother. Because it threw off the whole rest of the day. I had planned on going to Blanco, a game called Blanco, the sister that actually, gave me the book. And girl, I told you, by the time I got the van, that was to where Pop was. It wasn't an outfit. He had did you see the nice shirt with the nice polo shirt that I got with the gray pants that I bought for him in the picture?
I didn't see it that close. I have to go back and look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got him for this program. So went to go pick up Pop because I came about 5 minutes later than I said. He was saying, "I'm tired. Put me to bed." They had all his clothes off and he was in the bed. I was like, "No."
So that's the only time they listened to him.
So then I had to call the restaurant and ask them, "Can I push it back by an hour?" They said yes. So then I had to text everybody, and you know that Mr. B was the first one there on time for the 5 o'clock.
You mean Mr. S? You mean Mr. S?
No, Mr. S didn't go.
Who's Mr. B?
But Mr. HM was the first one there. Because you know he is on time for everything, girl. So now he's called, he called me up saying, did you? I'm like, oh, stress upon the stress, Jesus. But thank God we know we got family members that will be on time and stuff, right? So that family member is going to always be on time or early, baby. So then I had to text out. He sent text out for me saying it's this location because I had already told everybody verbally, but they asked me to put it in a text. Life be life in it. But if you knew all day long I didn't put it in a text, then you should have told me, hey, where's the address, right? But they knew where it was. But because I didn't put it in a text, that particular son said, well, you said you want to. I said, do you have to be like your daddy? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, all I can say is, I he looks amazing. Didn't he look good, smiling all hard? He was so happy everybody was there. Aunt Sadiq anyway, my auntie couldn't be there with the kids, and my youngest son couldn't be there.
So but all of majority of the people who were in Texas, that's family.
Yeah. So, but everybody in Texas, they go hard. You know what I'm saying? So family support is important. These two little rugrats were perfect after the restaurant. It was great. It was funny because the 4-year-old over here, I sat him next to me, and I had the 2-year-old sitting next to his father, and his father's trying to jostle. No, give me it. No. I'm taking this one. You take that one. And so we enjoyed the food yesterday, right? Was the food delicious? Yeah. All right. So
I see the head going like.
Yeah. So I promise you, I did not give them any sugar, but we're on camera, and they get a little amped up because we're on camera.
Well, plus you said you didn't even get the heads up until like what, probably 2 hours before you're supposed to go live, something like that.
Yeah. Well, they asked last night. Of course, I was getting ready to leave. I'm like not exactly answering the question, but they're making sure that they go back to, and I should have said in front of everybody, I told you guys, not between the hours of 12 and 1 on Tuesdays. And it's the one hour, 1 block. They know that my grandkids and I have fun, right? But can you wait till after my whole time frame's over? But anyway, I can't complain because my son is he's a good husband, and he's going to buy a car for his wife, my daughter-in-law. So I said I will make the exception. And the funny thing is, I said, you know what? I told them I will watch my grandson on Tuesday early. No, I said Tuesday later, or I'll watch them on Wednesday early. Well, today is Tuesday, and when I said later, this is not exactly late to me. You
gotta specify in the Texas. I mean, in the text and in the we were just talking about sending our kids emails, and they're like, Emails are so outdated. Yeah, well, guess what? Let me go send out some emails to remind people that you know.
Oh, I'm not an emailer, but I could definitely text. I got no excuse. I could have texted at any given time. No, remember I said, but did I do that? Oh no, oh no. So here we are. They're having a blast though. It's funny because their parents drop them off and like they don't even say bye. They just start playing.
Of course, they're at Mima's house.
So I'm grateful. I love it. I love it. I miss my other two, the big ones, I'm looking forward to seeing them soon. I'm gonna have to spend some time with them for at least a couple of days. I told mom I'm gonna spend half the time with mom. You hear me okay?
A bit. Go ahead.
I'm gonna spend half the time with mom and half the time with my daughter and my other two grandkids. And we have four, so I gotta spend time with them, as much as I can. They just moved, they just left us because service calls, and she goes. So that part.
Yep. So let's see what else we wanted to talk about. So Daddy had a good day, and so I'm sure by the time all that was over with, he was probably exhausted.
He was so tired and cold because either he had a long sleep on. If they had a long sleep on, he was cold by the time he was ready. He said, "Oh, I'm ready."
They might need to give him some iron. Is iron in his? Does he take iron on a daily basis?
But B, yes, but B, they don't care. They do not care about that stuff. They just care that they make sure that he's fed and he's got a place to sleep and.
But he does have a daily portion of meds that he has to take.
He does, but as far as like vitamins and stuff like that, they're more concerned about heart medications, diabetes medications.
But you should write that down because I'm thinking I went for blood today at the because we're all military, and I went for blood today, and earlier this week, I guess I was talking to my honey about iron, and there is I told you, but there's a word that when you're checking to see if your iron is low, there's a word that starts with F. Ferritin, that you have to check that to make sure that it's not blocked or that you're not. It'll. Anyway,
ferritin.
I don't know what it's called. I think ferritin or something like that. I know I wrote it down somewhere here. Let's see here.
W, correct.
Yeah, I wrote the word down. I just don't know where I put it, but it has to do with iron and your absorption. So maybe if we haven't had I've had a lot of cousins pop into my Bible study on TikTok in the morning, but we haven't had the other cousin pop in a while. As far as yeah, shush. But if she pops in and she hears us, maybe she'll remember the word for me. But
yes, just type it later on and let us know. You said F word for iron.
It helps with the intake or the absorption of iron. It starts with the F, as in Frank or Fisher.
Let's see, my chicken. Ferritin.
Yeah, ferritin. Yeah, that's what I thought I said.
Okay.
How do you spell it?
Ferritin.
So when I went today, I was asking about that question because she checks my blood and the stuff that she needs to check, plus the stuff I say, okay, check my T3, T4s, all those things for thyroid and all that kind of stuff, and cholesterol. What's the thing that we need to keep on top of when we were doing keto? I guess the good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. So the lady put in the last request. I'm not sure if it would get there in time for her to check my ferritin and my iron.
Right.
Because you can think that you're taking iron every day. Is a girl that I saw on TikTok.
Right.
TikTok is all fun. TikTok is very, very educational.
It is. So it says that ferritin is a protein that stores iron in your body, or ferrum. So Ferrum. So either or.
Mm-hmm. Ferrum.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. It says that Ferritin says the body protein that binds and stores iron. It says measured in medical tests to check your body's iron levels. Now the ferrum says it's just a Latin word for the iron is chemical symbol.
Yeah. So that's yeah. I'm supposed to go and talk to her next week after my blood, the blood work goes in or whatever. And they had already made an appointment for me. So I'll ask her about the iron and the ferritin or ferrum, because we got to keep up on those things. It's funny because we're getting older, and years ago we didn't know, unless the person was a nurse or whatever, like what things to ask for in our blood work, depending on our age, like in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. You know what I mean? But now, because there's so much education out there on Google and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, now we have questions that we ask we can go back and ask our primary care person or physician.
And it's amazing. And it's funny how it's like sometimes it makes me feel like they don't want you to learn all this stuff. They want, but thank God we actually have outlets to be able to learn. Be careful.
And see, now that's getting me to thinking, when you're in 50, when you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, 60s, whatever, what blood work and what should you be concentrating on the most because of that age group? Did you hear me?
Yeah, but as that age group, I'm sorry, my grandson just jumped off the what do you call it? Off the slide. You guys.
So I think that's important too. So depending on what a person's age is, to keep it. Are your children going to be okay with them being on camera?
I sure hope so.
It's like okay, darned if you do, darned if you don't. It's like okay. So what blood work or whatever you should have done, depending on what your age group. I'm writing these things down again because I am curious about that. So,
and then please, when we're talking about health, ladies, even if you don't have a relative that's ever had breast cancer or any kind of cancer, make sure to get your mammogram on a regular basis. Check yourself. Because our mother is a survivor, praise God, thank you Jesus, of breast cancer. I go once a year. And so long story short is if you like to keep them, check on them. So.
But the other thing that people don't tell you about is that when you talk to people who are holistic people, they'll tell you that you got to be careful about getting the mammogram every year, because then it could also possibly give it to you. Because of
it's funny. I think we were just talking about that a day or two ago, right? Was that?
No, I haven't talked to you about that in a while, but I know it's probably been a couple of years.
Okay, someone just told me that very same thing, like within the last couple of days.
So I'm that person. You know me. I'm always on the other side of the fence of whatever everybody else is doing, not on purpose, but
right.
But because some of the people that I follow on Instagram and TikTok who are holistic people, whether they're nurses or not, or whatever, some of them are nurses. That's like you got to be careful, because sometimes these things, all these mechanical things that you're using, can give you the thing that you're trying to avoid.
Right. But so we Jesus over our bodies, over our minds, everything in the name of Jesus, even our thoughts.
And the bottom line is just be aware of your body and be sensitive to everything that you may or may not need, and use caution, right, with everything. Right.
Okay. And speaking of, so I used to ride with them, but you have to ride 10 miles in a week and post it. Some kind of posting. It's kind of a little small rule. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's really easy to do a mile or two a day, but I can do the 10 miles in one day and call it
easy for you to say. I don't think I've ever done 10 miles on a bike ever. In
Girl,
one day, yeah, maybe in 1 year. I don't, but I want to though.
When one of the co-leaders actually turned 50, we were supposed to do a 50-mile bike ride. Honey, that ride ended. This is like 3 years back, but that ride ended up being like 54 miles or 50, 52, 54, 56 miles. And let me tell you, this is Texas heat. Can I just tell you, do I have a farmer stand? But sorry, I digress. It was getting so hot and so humid, and I was running out of water. And 50 miles ended up being more than 50 miles. Lord, help me, Jesus. If I have to go another mile, Father God, keep me alive. But in between, we did have a break from 25 miles and the rest of all that. we went to a restaurant and ate for her birthday. I was like, yeah, right? You ride, you drink, you eat, and then you go again. So that was kind of fun. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for my big blank O coming up next year, but something's gotta happen.
And you know what's funny is that because again, I don't do the whole big birthday thing, but you're gonna be what you're gonna be,
Out there.
and I'm gonna be, and we'll be married 40 years.
Wow. Wow.
So we got to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we just, again, we just pray that everything that's here on earth is still in place, because it is. What's the Bible say? There's wars and rumors of wars, and it's on.
Yeah, definitely rumors, and definitely on.
Mm.
And the thing is, we don't even talk about the wars that are actually happening, that are still happening, that don't pertain to us. Like Africa, what's going on with Russia and Kuwait. There are other things. We have no idea what's going on. Like sometimes we're all stuck in our own little bubbles.
Well,
but that bubble is about to break.
Well, you know what? I think there's a lot of Americans that are just unbothered or in the bubble, because, like I said, earlier this year, I had my daughter call me from the UK, and she's like, "You guys, because our news is very robotic, and I have to say fake. I know people might want to come after me for that, but robotic and fake. But Europe is getting." My daughter's like, "Y'all need to be making some decisions next, because it is really, y'all not getting the news that we're getting." And a lady that I follow, I didn't get to meet her when I was in Africa, but I follow her, and she said that what she's doing over there as far as a business, a lot of her products and materials are being held up because of the war in Iran. And see, sometimes we don't think like that, because we're not directly affected,
Yeah.
But so she said she had to pivot and come up with some other decisions on what to do next in her business, because the products were definitely going to be, they were held up in that canal or whatever because of the Iran, the war.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. Right. But if we're watching our everyday news, people are like, you don't watch the news. Our news is not telling us what's really going on in the world. They're telling us what they want us to trickle on down here. So
yeah.
So yeah. all of that. So I know you've had a busy week from last week. How's your okra and tomatoes doing? Anything else that you planted or?
So I have a nice bowl of cherry tomatoes. Usually they're about like this size, right? Right now they're about this size because I have not watered, and it's been so hot and humid. I went outside, I'm like, everything is dying. But my tomato said, I'm gonna give you a last bit of hope. Last call for tomatoes. So yeah, that happened.
So I was talking to somebody yesterday. They're like, oh, this weekend. Oh, I had golf on Sunday with female veterans.
Yeah.
Carl, why is it? It's like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Mm-hmm. And so there's a few things that I've been doing, but lately I've been asking. You have to ask the right question, right? So sometimes you have to know the question to ask. But this time after Sunday's workout, I am still feeling the pain of the golf, because if you hit if you actually hit the club correctly, and then I'm trying to hit so that my back doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
you need to tighten your core. Tighten your core.
Basically, yeah. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
So today I took some Tylenol. I should have taken it Sunday before and after the golf, but yeah. So anyway, so I guess I was talking to them about gardening, and I said, yeah, I still have enough time to grab a pot, put some dirt in it, and throw in some seeds for today. But I guess I can still do it for next week. The good thing is you can go to YouTube, and you can put in what can I still grow for this season, depending on what state you live in, and somebody will give you some advice. Yep. So that's gardening. So you said yours is it needs to be replenished, it needs to be watered, and mine I need to get some seeds in the soil. So what else did you have for new items or whatever?
So new items. Actually, I cleared out all my new items. I think I covered everything last week for my new items. So what do you have?
Well, I didn't get to show this last week, but this is really, really cute. two bookmarks.
Huh?
Two different bookmarks.
Oh, nice.
They're pretty.
Nice. I like the
So,
little tassels.
yes, I love tassels. So petals and pages. It says set of pressed flower bookmarks. So that's. I can't wait to look. It's funny. As much as I needed a bookmark, I'm like, I'm not opening these until we talk about it. So now that we talked about it, I can go ahead and use them. Sometimes I get like
I cannot believe you waited a whole week.
I had it longer than that. We kept forgetting to, talk about it. Hey, remember that song? I gotta have that section. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. So this is the other thing that I was trying to barely show you last week, but time was going by too fast.
Yeah.
This is so cute. This is my new little my daughters love matcha, and I love matcha also. So it came with this little mat. Let's see if I can set it up over here.
Oh, hold the mat a little higher. Thank you.
I'm holding it up.
Oh, yes.
So let me see.
This is an organic applesauce. Sauce.
He's looking at us too, like.
There's some more here. Finish it all on. Let's finish it from the bottom.
So this is kind of far away, but so it came with this is because it's a matcha set. I'm getting ready for my Fun Friday. I'm calling it. I have a little strainer for my matcha.
Strainer for your matcha. You said you can do this every Friday? I thought it should be a once a month thing.
No, every Friday I'm gonna get up and sing me a little song to myself, whether it's Nubian Queen or and then so to get the matcha out your little blue thing, this is the little thing that you use to get your matcha out.
Yeah. Oh, fancy.
So this is your little matcha scooper.
Oh, nice. Fancy.
And the cute part is can't get it out. This is a little bowl that you take the matcha thing, take it out of here, and of course you stir it up like that. And then for this little thing, you have a little stand for your matcha, for your little spoon thing.
Seriously? Oh my gosh. So glammed. It's glammed to the T.
And then after you use your matcha stirrer, then you
fancy.
You set it on the stand.
Neat.
I've already given one of those brushes to the one daughter in UK, I think, and then the other daughter in New Jersey. What I gave her one too. I think she bought a whole. I had a whole kit that I had forever when we used to have a bookstore here called. What's some of your bookstores? BAM. Before BAM. Before. What's the leading bookstore that we don't have in this area?
Is it the leading sport?
Bookstore.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Nobles. We used to have a Barnes and Nobles.
$1 million?
Yeah. So years ago, I got a cute little set for matcha from Barnes and Nobles, and I finally just gave it away to one of the daughters. You know what? Sometimes she drinks matcha every day.
Yeah.
So for me, if I do it once a week, then I'm doing really well.
Right.
So what else did I have? I think I had some. I know that you're not a makeup girly or whatever, but when I went to my military appointment last week or whatever, I had some products that were supposed to be coming in the mail, and I hadn't gotten them yet. So this is a derm result. Like even when I went to my doctor's appointment today, this is derm result by Arbonne.
Wow. What's in it?
It is a gel cleanser. The other cleanser that I have has almond oil in it, which is good, but sometimes I don't feel like feeling all the oiliness, but it is, so I do that. So I got this one, so when I travel, it's smaller, and I get to hopefully just use gel. So that, and then this is cool. I haven't used this yet either. You see people on Maybe I'll do it on Friday, but Friday has to be well orchestrated as far as trying to get everything in that I want to do. But it comes with these little iPads.
Special beach ball, yeah. Oh, what?
I'm not sure. I don't think it really matters which
You
way
need
it
to do a
goes.
session where you actually do all this skincare stuff.
No. And it came with its own little tin can, right? So that's cool. That's fun. So now I can use it this week because I didn't use it last week. And I told you I went to, when you see this bag, I know that your kids would know where it is. But when you see this bag, what does this bag represent?
Sephora.
Okay. I'm impressed with you.
My favorite is the Ulta. You know what? I know the names. I don't think I've ever been in one. I think Sephora, if they actually had it in the store, like say they had it in a JCPenney's or a Macy's, I probably would.
They do. Kohl's. They have it inside Kohl's.
So I probably walked through and saw the name, you know what I'm saying? And I know that we actually have an Ulta store here in my area. But long story short is I've never been in it.
Yeah, I really can't tell the difference between each of them except for the bag. I know where Sephora is located, and they're located in Kohl's. And then our Ulta is in a plaza with not inside of a store. But the one thing, even though as far as we talked about birthday stuff, you should at least go sign up because every year you'll get a free gift on your birthday. And even though it was way past mine because I was in Africa, the lady still gave it to me. So this one came with it says Alpha. I don't know. It came with a little kit.
Go ahead and do your. I got a sister from church that called me 2 times. That never called me that many times. So how many more products do you have?
Go ahead. What time?
I'll call her that. It's only a 23 more minutes. But she never called me 2 times in a row. That's kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, and then these other things are from Arbonne because I'm a consultant. Well, I buy it and I consume the products myself. Is what they say.
Matter of fact, I'm still using. I have been kind of spotty this last week. It's been kind of last thing I can think about when I lay my head is my face. But I love how it feels on my skin when I do use it. And be able to go to bed and have your space like this so nice and moist. And the eye creams around and all that. You can definitely tell I haven't used it the last couple of days. And my eyes look like.
Lately, on whenever I come in on YouTube and TikTok, this one mask keeps coming up on my feed, but I haven't tried it yet, but I think I might. But I still have all these. Oh, this is for the feet. A little mask, moisturizer, hydration for your feet. I think that I'm not sure why I got these, or if my daughter bought them from Korea.
I have the same exact one in my room. Oh, thank you.
And then these are the things that you should do on give yourself a day and put a mask on.
Yeah.
So this is not the one that keeps coming up in my feed, but we all need to treat ourselves, have a mask. So I still use those, even though this is what I couldn't wait to come in the mail was vitamin C. They say you should put vitamin C serum on in the daytime, and then at night you should do something like this one has cellular skin booster stimulant cellular NAD, whatever NAD is, NAD. I can't tell you what off the top of my head.
So I'm so excited, and I think I heard or read somewhere where the vitamin C actually helps, kind of be a form of sunscreen. Oh, thank you, grandson. Get the top off the floor. Oh yeah. Oh, nice. Take a picture so I can find it.
It said all you do is go to your website because you're buying products for yourself too. It's on the website.
Oh, I forgot we did that whole setup, didn't we?
Yep. So because I had heard all the influencers saying that they use vitamin C in the morning, whatever, I said, well, let me just buy the products for myself, basically.
Right.
So, but I got to try them, and just it's all about being consistent. That's what it is, really.
Yeah, I have to work on that. That's my issue. Doesn't do any good to have all these products. You don't use them every day, right?
Exactly. So the only other thing I have is my husband. He's such a exemplary employee that he won again for the month or whatever employee. So they gave him like a coupon to where he could go to their website, whatever, and order some products. So of course he got another toolkit. He loves toolkits. This one's big enough to move around and put it in his car. Came with the box and all the tools, and it's organized. So him and my son are like, whoa.
But there's nothing toolbox that's shadowed. You stick it right there in the wonderful design that's made just for that particular tool.
Yeah. There's something about it. And you know, you and I mean, we all would love that if whatever the situation is. But
Yeah.
that he got some 2 shirts and he got something. Usually he gets boots. But he got me one other thing. So let me run real quick and get it.
Okay. Take your time. That's so funny. The monster truck was rolling pretty quick, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw that. Yes. So I'm talking to my sister, biological sister. So Nubia, my grandkids are here, and they don't usually come on Tuesday during this time frame, but kind of multitasking. Grandson watching.
Are you texting her or are you talking
Doing about Sista Chat. I'm just chatting about Sister Chat and chatting about my grandkids being here on our 1 hour a week chat.
Are you actually talking to her?
You know. I know why Tony's not on. She texted me for my birthday, and she's on grandparent duty. Is why we haven't been hearing from her. I mean, like I said, girl. I said, pace yourself. Don't wear yourself out. Because she has 6 grandbabies. I have 4. You have 1. She got 6.
I have 2. I have 2.
And she just you have 2. But my dad. So 2, 4, and 6. Isn't that funny? I said, girl. I said, girl. I know you want to be super Mima. I know you're doing a great job. I said, but girl, take it from me. Pace yourself. Okay, go ahead.
So even though it was his coupon, he got me this cute little lamp thing where you put your candle under it.
Wow. Open it.
And I almost got myself one all like 2 weeks ago. I kept every week I was like, I need to go get one because my daughter has one on her counter. So you put your little candle under there and it melts the candle down and you can smell it.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out with all kinds of little gadgets, you know.
Right? And down here is marble. I'll wait for her to look and see. This part right here is marble.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, be careful. Much like I love glass things, I have to be very, very cautious. You know.
You put this in up here, and it heats it up, and it goes down on. And you set your candle here, and when your wick doesn't work anymore, the candle will still melt down because this will heat it.
Wow, that's really neat.
Isn't that cool?
Yes. Let me know when you try it. I'm excited to figure out how well it works.
Oh, it works really well because like I said, my oldest daughter has one, and you know, she's like, you try and go to their house and they have something new. It's like, I told them, I'm glad that you guys do all the research because I don't have time to do the research. But when they have it, it works well. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna order me one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all that I think I have, and it's still 43 minutes of an after. Yeah. Woo! I had the fan on and I'm so hot. I'm so hot. But let me see. What else?
It's those doggone personal summers. It's the personal summers.
I hear you. So we talked about that in some products. So what about show us how your hair is today? Show us how your hair.
So today my hair is kind of like that quick swoosh bun-ish. Oh, actually, no, not a bun. Today it's a little fluffy ponytail, right? With a little bit of wished out in the back, a little bit. Just because it's the hair can go Mima style. It's like that handy dandy, workout skirt. Like
I like that. Back up and show us that workup skirt because I like that. What website did you get that from? Because I can't. It's hard to find stuff like that.
So it's all the way down to the floor, as you can see. Got the little racer. And this reminds me of the whole Bruce Lee trying to gear the suit that I wanted as a kid. Okay. Remember that little jumpsuit I wanted? The yellow jumpsuit with the black little stripes on it? Well, this is the skirt. And then the only thing I don't like about it is, let me move my chair, is when they make them, they make everything with a slit. I don't mind a slit, but why does the slit have to be all the way up to the back of your thigh? That doesn't, it's the whole purpose of having a skirt, right? So check this out. I'm going to back up a little bit. You see the length of it, right?
Right.
So it looks so far so good, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say that I had to put another skirt underneath it. So just below my rear end. It feels like, where my legs is. Who is going to wear a skirt and have all that showing? You must go ahead and wear a pair of Daisy Dukes.
Girl, they're out there, they're doing it, so
So I put the black skirt underneath the thin one, so that way I'm not sweating my candy off.
So this is I hear you. This is my I just have it in a ponytail. I went to my doctor's appointment today, and the nurse just happened to be a Jamaican lady. And when she looked at my date, and then she looked at me, and she went, how they ask you for your last name, your date, social security number. She said, I said, yes, I'm the age is on that page. I'm the age on that page. But there was something else. So I went golfing on Sunday. I told you that. And I wore my golf skirt. And I'm like, I am feeling so naked right now. But I'm like, you know what? That's just, you and I never used to be like that. But I don't know. I won't even say because we got older. But I'm just going to say the more scripture you have in you, the more being modest, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really believe it because I feel uncomfortable. Like here, it has some kind of sleeve, but barely any sleeve. I feel like weird, but not bad enough to go run and put a sweater on. I'm not that. But if it, that's
this is why. And so I don't know. I think it's like a mommy or mom wears stuff, whatever she want, But Nana and them, they just didn't. They were very modest, so you really hardly ever saw their arms unless it was down here. Whether they look good or not, I mean, they still. I don't know.
So you can tell where my normal sleep is because of the whole farmer stand on here. That's usually where I feel comfortable. That's my comfort zone.
So in closing, what I wanted to say or bring up is that the fact that you and I are getting older, and again, I keep doing these commercials like we're getting paid, but we're not. So there's something called Trello that you might want to look into because it's like a calendar that keeps you moving and keeps whatever you have going on your schedule. It keeps. Maybe it sends you updates, whatever. So I'm trying to learn how to do Trello. So if there's somebody who's watching this, hopefully the other people that's going to jump on whatever later on, there's a thing that I'm trying to work out that teaches you how to do. It's like you heard of the commercials when you watch YouTube. There's a commercial of something called Monday.com.
Yeah.
And like it keeps you and your employees all on the same schedule type of thing. So it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like a Monday, but you don't have to have all these employees. It just helps you with your personal schedule. So when I heard you about today and, remind you to send out your confirmation code or, those type of things. That's what I thought. Let me just bring up the fact that we should try and figure out how to use Trello. And then I was going to use ChatGPT.
Trello like Jello, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Trello like Jello. Yes.
So
exactly.
TREJELLO.
No, let me see. I'm going to put it in the chat. Let me see.
Okay.
Can you see the chat? Can you see the chat because you're on your phone?
I keep forgetting to push the button to see. Let me see here.
So it's in there. It says Trello.
TRELLO. Yeah.
I think it's 2 L's. I'm not sure, but so yeah, that's that. And then I think I'm going to change this and say because we're almost towards the end here. And the like, share, and comment. And the other thing I was hoping that I was going to get a chance to share is that at our age, people are afraid to use stuff like ChatGPT. And then I'm sure we heard from our kids that, it takes up a lot of water and I'm sure there's a lot of equipment that uses up a lot of water. But anyway, I still like using ChatGPT for right now. So
it uses a lot of water.
People are saying, ask your oldest son about ChatGPT and those type of things and how much water they say it takes up a whole block's worth of water or something.
Oh, you're talking about the farms or they're putting here in Texas?
No, I'm talking about when people use ChatGPT. I guess there's a cooling system or something like that needs to be used for ChatGPT, and it takes a lot of water. Well, I guess we should look into it more, and we'll have a discussion about it next week or something.
Yeah, right.
But so I was saying just as we got on that I was using ChatGPT to help me plan out my trip to UK because my daughter is graduating, and it comes up with the itinerary, telling me the best days to leave, and if you buy your ticket on on a Sunday or whatever, come back on another day. So and then it says, well, how about if I can make a guide for you so that when you get to the UK, whatever the certain area and country that we're going to, that I'll give you, a little chart that you can go to your favorite tea spot. You can go to your favorite. So it's like making me up a little tour guide thing of what I could do in PDF form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You hear me? So there's a lot of things you can have it help you do. Yeah. And even if you wanted to, you could put it on and tell it what your goal weight is. Tell them what your weight is now, and you can have it portion out the amount of protein and carbs and calories, whatever, per day, and how much water you should be drinking to get to your goal weight.
Yeah.
So,
I just thought, listen, at this point, it's like, yes, I keep saying I want to get serious, I'm going to get serious. It's nice to have a partner. I need an accountability partner. You going to be it?
Always, like, absolutely. I love that I can ask ChatGPT the question over and over and over again, and they're not saying, why didn't you not get it the first time? or if you fall below your goal, they're like, but you made a really great effort. Just try. Let's just try this. Let's tweak it a little bit so you can do it different. So you could ask it over and over again, and it doesn't get tired of you asking questions.
Yeah, that's nice. Although you could ask me many times, but I wouldn't mind either. I guess Play-Doh in my fingernails from playing with my grandsons. Sorry.
No. I know. We had conversations about Jello. I mean, not Jello. Play-Doh, because my kids would get Play-Doh for gifts from other people, and I would hide it. Like, we're not playing. I'm not doing Play-Doh. Like, it's messy. It sticks to the furniture. So anyways, I guess they were a little bit surprised in that area, even though they were homeschooled. They did it a couple times. But
you went out of the box right there on that 2 times. Hey.
You said what?
I said you were out of your box, out of your element. You let them do it 2 times.
Woo! But anyway, guys, that's basically all that we have for you today. We made it through. So, you know what? I just have to say, even if anybody noticed that I might have been making any faces or whatever, I am truly an empty nester, and I haven't had my grandbabies live in a different state. The baby is only 4 months old. And so I am used to quiet. So when my husband and I went to brunch on Saturday, and we started walking through the town to get some steps, and then this fire truck was blocking one of the roads. And so I said, let's go take a look and see what's going on, because it was also tents up. So then I got over to these pop-up tents, and people were setting up businesses. And the lady said, what brings you here today? I said, I'm just nosy. I said, I came across the street to see what. She said, we love that your type of people. Come on over, come on in. Let's see what's going on. And so as she started to explain stuff, she said, we don't officially start till 2:00. And then at that time, all the kids are going to be, she said, all the children are going to be here, and they're going to be like experimenting with all the things. I'm thinking, honey, let's leave before 2:00.
I thought the festival didn't start till today. You think you sent me a reminder? That was for yesterday?
No, that was something that was going on Saturday. That was something for Saturday.
Yeah. Dang, I'm a day late. Now I saw it. 2 days late.
I thought that she thought it was funny that she was like, you can come and you can bring your grandchildren. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get in the car. We're gonna be gone by 2:00, like on purpose. But I can't get enough of my bonus granddaughter. She's 7. And then I'm going to continue to just call her my granddaughter from here now on forward, but because people, I just went from surplus to 2, whatever, none to 2. But anyway, I got to do FaceTime with both of them on last week, and it was so much fun. So much fun. So yeah. So
nice though. Yes, you said bonus granddaughter. This granddaughter. You got a granddaughter.
Well, but no, but as far as our audience and moving forward, and then for you to remember also, now they know that I went from I want to be a grandma, and I was like, how do you have 2 when your daughter didn't have twins? So that's why I said it like that. But moving forward, I had 2 granddaughters. Yes, absolutely. Yep. So we got it all in. It's 5-10 minutes before the hour. What is your history? You said you wanted to do something on history, but I know you kind of thrown off today.
Let's see here.
I've been hearing some really good ones. There was one girl who I watch on TikTok and Instagram, and she was talking about Einstein and the other side of him that we never got a chance to hear about.
Oh, what do share?
I was a little bit political with the kids in the room, so I won't do that one while they're in the room. And not political, but it's a little bit, supercharged.
Trying to do it. Okay. See if I can find it.
I'll be looking at the same time.
You know why? Because
What's that? You know what? Because
I don't you know how you when you click on Instagram or YouTube, sometimes there's a video that just kind of pops up and starts talking, and I never know what it is, so I just hit the volume down really quickly.
Gotcha. And I didn't even think I just put a headset in. So if this ever happens again, hopefully it won't. I can put a headset in. You can hear me clearly.
We could try it.
Okay. Yeah. So the only thing I see today in the message is your Trello. Oh, go get it. Hurry up, go get it.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying, were you looking for a history thing to share with us?
What was his name? Oh, I know it was. It was on Major Taylor, 1899. While an Olympian cyclist was not a standard Olympic fixture in the same way during his peak. So his name was Marshall Walter, and they called him Major Taylor. He was the first black. He was the black world champion in cycling. The first black. So he had almost a whole bunch of obstacles. At one point, he even in races, because he's only cycling with all Caucasian people, white people, they would actually fight him, while he's trying to cycle. And that's some stuff, Thank God, everybody's not like that, but it was just crazy. Here it says he was a professional cyclist. Before that, he was actually a cyclist that did like tricks.
That's how he was able to. That's how he was able to combat these people when they were coming at him when he was cycling.
Mm-hmm. It says that Major Taylor was an American professional cyclist. He was called the first Black American global sports superstar. So he was before superstar was actually, in the thing. So he was born and raised in Minneapolis, where he worked in bicycle shops and began racing multiple distances in a track on a track and on the road. So he did it all. But he used to do all these little stunts and tricks, and people would pay him because they could see him do something, in his little hometown. And that's how he ended up being Major because I forgot what the nickname came from, but they called him Major.
Mm-hmm.
But he was born in 1878, and he died in 1932. So talk about overcoming. He's definitely an overcomer to be able to be an Olympic cyclist.
Right.
In those days, he also cycled in Canada and other places, And of course, it's funny how other places welcome you more than your home country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah. So I thank you, my sister, and my great nephews,
Great nephews.
Wow. That makes you feel like you're young and spry.
Well, let's just say they're getting so old.
Yeah, right. Like our mother used to always say, they're getting old. So what are you guys having for lunch?
So we're gonna do the old fashioned peanut butter and jelly with some almond milk and some goldfishes and fruit cups because I don't have any. Actually, I have a jackfruit. Well, I know they're not gonna eat that. So I was trying to give them some kind of fruit. They're not gonna do jackfruit. And usually I have like strawberries and blueberries and blackberries here. The blackberry tree bush in the backyard is also kind of thing. So although
you should take them out there and let them water the garden.
And they are good. But my youngest grandson, the 2-year-old, he'll go out and he'll do stuff. He'll water it. He'll pick the fruit and all that from the trees and all that. But the 4-year-old, he'll watch you do it. He'll just watch you do it.
Yep. So super cool. Yeah. So, anyways, that's all we have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Share, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a friend. Send it to somebody over the age of 50, or somebody over the age of 60 that might be impressed that us two ladies can figure this out and we can see each other. We're getting better at this whole situation here.
Yes.
We might not be able to tell you exactly when I started and when we started as a team, but I need to start posting more. Actually, I think I can start using this time to put together my trip from Africa. I still haven't put all that together and made a video, But the good thing is I like to watch other people's videos to get some ideas, and then I'll put mine together. Anyhow, thank you for following through, sis, and not saying that your schedule got too full. You said, okay, we're going to just do this thing, and we did it. So I totally appreciate you for that. Because I tell you, sometimes she says, oh, go on without me. I'm like, you're my muse. I like you. That's how I get ideas. And it's easier for me to talk when I'm talking to somebody. I can just talk off the cuff. It's when I want to do a subject and I feel like I have to read it verbatim, that
it feels more robotic.
It does, But there's so many different subjects I want to talk about that I do need notes, but I'll figure it out because I still watch people, even if they have to read their notes. I still watch them. But anyhow, enjoy the rest of your day, your peanut butter and jelly, and your fruit cup. Well, that's what I was going to bring that up for because I don't click on when I see CBS, NBC News has something on my phone, for news. I really don't click on it mostly. But this one time it was talking about Harry and his wife, right? And after they had dinner, the two little ones, Lilibet, I think that her name is Lilibet, because that's what my second daughter used to call my oldest daughter. And they said, well, can we have dessert? And she said, absolutely, whatever you can find outside when we go in the garden, and you can pick it and you can eat it. And it was like blueberries and strawberries, just like you were just saying. Yeah. So I think that is so cute because, who else can say, run outside and pick your desserts,
And can I tell you that my two youngest kids, whenever they had dinner, they would always ask what's for dessert.
And that third one too. I remember when she was here.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say my last two, but yeah, third one too, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, what do you mean it's time to go to bed? We didn't have dessert. Yeah. I love it. All right, guys. We thank you so much. We always like to end with peace, love, and blessings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, my eyes were closed on that one. All right, thank you guys. So we're gonna have to talk about some more tech stuff because I do have some people who like to jump in, pop in every once in a while, and so maybe I'll figure out how to do the Trello thing and then talk about how to use the Chat GPT and have a little techie session. Yeah. All right.
All right.
So enjoy. Take a picture of you and your grandchildren eating the peanut butter and jelly with the stuff.
All right.
Hugs and kisses to Pop.
I will.
All right. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Doodles.
Thanks.